following is a production of the Department of Broadcasting and Journalism at Western Illinois University.
Later on Live at 4, WIU community members are joining together to get an addition to the WIU campus. What administrators are saying about the project ahead.
Plus, the ice scraper has been put to use a couple times in the last week. When you might be able to put it away, coming up.
And hear what fans are saying about the death of Stan Lee, the man who helped pave the way for Marvel Comics.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. News 3 starts now.
We begin with Storm Team 3 coverage. Good afternoon. Welcome to Live at 4. I'm Devin Brooks.
And I'm Terrence Black. We woke up to the coldest temperatures we've had so far this season.
Molly Naslin is tracking this cold front. Molly, what can we expect tonight?
Unfortunately, we are going to be seeing more of those colder temperatures. At about 8 o'clock tonight, we are likely to see temperatures, although the actual temperature outside will feel like 20 degrees, it's going to feel like 14 degrees tonight because we're not going to have any clouds over our area. The dew point is going to be very cold. The winds are going to be out of the northwest at 4 miles per hour. Gentle winds, but still very cold feeling. As far as our radar, we don't have anything coming towards us as far as snow. We won't be seeing anything like that until later on in our forecast, but we will get to that later on in the show. However, right now, not a whole lot going on in the skies, just a lot of cold temperatures. Back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Molly. A long-awaited project could soon become a reality. News 3's Emily Stern reports on a petition that's circulating around the community to gain support for a big-ticket item.
Western Illinois University and community members have been pushing to add this building to campus. The state budgeted $89 million for the Center for Performing Arts. Supporters are gathering signatures on a petition to get state funding. The CPA would feature a theater with 1,400 seats and 2 balconies, along with a modern entryway. The plan also includes classrooms, rehearsal rooms, and dance studios. Billy Clow is the Dean of the College of Fine Arts and Communication. He says the CPA would have a positive economic impact on the region.
It's great for the community and the university, and it shows that this university is not going anywhere, and we're going to be here for another 118 years.
The CPA will take up much of the space behind me, which includes the tennis courts and the parking lot next to Brown Hall.
Clow says the area would be used to combat declining student enrollment.
Well, as soon as we put a shovel in the ground, it shows that Western won't be declining, and we will use that as a boon to help with recruitment and help with retention and build our student population back up.
WIU held a groundbreaking ceremony back in 2011, but the university faced setbacks in securing the money. Clow says if WIU doesn't use the funds, another state institution will. Reporting for News 3, I'm Emily Stern.
You can sign the petition by visiting various locations downtown, including the Macomb Area Chamber of Commerce office.
WIU's food pantry has announced they are expanding hours for students, faculty, and staff to access free non-perishable food items this winter. The pantry is located in the former ticket booth near Q Lot next to Hanson Field. The pantry will now be open from noon to 5 p.m. on Thursdays and 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturdays. The pantry offers food items for free to people with a valid WIU ID. They also welcome student volunteers and are always accepting monetary food donations. For more information, contact the pantry's email listed on your screen.
For the 5th year in a row, residents of McDonough County have successfully raised funds to assist a local nonprofit organization. The Bricks Challenge is a month-long event where residents donate money in support of the Humane Society of McDonough County. This event was started in 2014 by Chris Bricks. Every year, Bricks commits $1,000 to the challenge, and asks people to match the gift. This year, the challenge raised over $10,000. The money raised through this challenge helps promote adoption, provides medical care to animals, and reduces overpopulation at the McDonough County shelter. Illinois State Police are conducting special traffic enforcement patrols as part of the Click It or Ticket campaign this month. The department announced the state police will conduct this patrol in McDonough County and surrounding areas. The patrol allows state police to focus on violations that contribute to traffic deaths and crashes. The state police plan to increase both day and nighttime patrols during this campaign.
The death of a comic legend has Marvel fans mourning from all around the world. Marvel comic icon Stan Lee passed away Monday at the age of 95. An attorney for Lee's daughter says he died in a Los Angeles hospital after being taken to and by an ambulance from his home. Lee helped bring in a new era of superhero storytelling that touched people of all ages.
Hear him pass away and just leave behind this legacy of Marvel. It's really sad to hear.
Well, it's truly upsetting. He was a true king of imagination.
Lee helped create a string of iconic characters, including Superman, the Hulk, the X-Men, Iron Man, and Thor.
Well, I have to say, Devin, I'll definitely miss him and his pop-ups in all the Marvel movies.
A lot of people will.
Yep. Next on Live at 4, a patriotic tradition continues in Macomb to remember active and fallen soldiers.
We'll tell you what the tradition is and the effect it has on the community after the break.
National Broadcasting Society helps the future of broadcasting get the tools needed to succeed in an ever-growing media world. At Western Illinois University, the professional connections students bring to our chapter of NBS have opened doors to networking possibilities that students otherwise wouldn't have. The opportunities we are given as students at WIU allow us to make connections today for success tomorrow.
They gave me Vicodin after my knee surgery. They kept prescribing it, so I kept taking it. I didn't know it would be this addictive. I didn't know how far I'd go to get more.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
Start a story. Adopt at theshelterpetproject.org.
I chose Western Illinois University because I could get involved right away. You're going to gain experience. I'm going to be able to just become successful right out the gate. I'll be a news reporter and eventually become a news anchor one day. I've always felt that as a strong speaker, I could be a voice for the voiceless, but as long as I continue to believe in myself, work hard, and show that I want to put my best foot forward, I think that anything is possible.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. Live at 4 continues.
Welcome back. Imagine this, 13 stripes and 50 stars multiplied by 800. That's what many Macomb residents saw at Chandler Park this weekend. If you were around the square on Sunday, you might have seen hundreds of American flags blowing in the breeze. The Flags of Love Committee, decorates the park 4 times a year. That's why I spoke to the volunteers to identify why they chose this Veterans Day to participate.
The American flag represents our country, and I think that everybody needs to understand.
What you see are the volunteers hard at work at 7 a.m. on a freezing Veterans Day morning. One by one, they are raising flags to honor those who served or died fighting in the armed forces. And in no time at all, over 800 flags stood in downtown Macomb. Clayton Johnson is a volunteer and has a long family line of American soldiers.
My father's brother, who was in the Navy, then my father, who was in the Marine Corps, and then my brother and I, who were both in the Navy.
He says they are his reason for helping in this commemoration.
Whenever I do this or anything involved with veteran activities to help out the community, like the Fallen Soldier 5K, they're always on my mind.
The flags are delivered on trailers. Individuals unroll them and carry them to one of the many designated holes around the park, a task even little ones can be a part of.
Actually, I got involved a couple of years ago because I heard that they were maybe going to stop putting the flags up, and I thought, that can't happen.
It's the fact of its service itself, where you give your time without expecting anything in return to help build your community for the better.
And getting involved is a simple process for members of the community. Each flag has a name inscribed on its pole to remember a loved one who served. Although many people love the flags, the committee is working on a new way to honor these soldiers. As a permanent memorial, the names on the poles are to be engraved in bricks to surround the Chandler Park fountain.
People will be able to go there and find their grandpa or their father, where now the flags have names on them, but we can't tell anybody where their loved one's flag is.
On each Flags of Love holiday, our colors of red, white, and blue fly in the sky for about 8 hours. After, they are carefully wrapped up and stored until Memorial Day.
This is too beautiful. This is a breathtaking sight.
The Flags of Love Committee has been around for 40 years. They are accepting donations for the Engraved Bricks project. If you are interested in donating or volunteering, you can contact the commander of the Veterans of Foreign Wars or the American Legion.
The Center for Disease Control and Prevention and the Illinois Department of Public Health are warning Illinois residents to be cautious of foodborne illnesses this holiday season. IDPH says by taking these precautions, you can help protect yourself and your family from getting sick. They say clean everything, including your hands, cutting boards, countertops, and anything else you will be using to prepare food. Keep raw eggs and meats away from any food that will not be cooked. Use a food thermometer to confirm that meats are cooked thoroughly. Chill leftovers and be sure they are eaten within 3 to 4 days after storing. The CDC estimates that an average of 48 million people get sick from foodborne illnesses every year.
The Center for Disease Control and Prevention is dealing with more confirmed cases of a rare polio-like illness that mostly affects children. Last week, we reported on more cases of the disease popping up in Illinois. Now the CDC is saying that 10 more cases have been confirmed, bringing the total number to 90 this year. More than 10 cases of acute flaccid myelitis have been confirmed since last week. That brings the total this year to 90. 16 cases have been reported so far in Illinois. 162 possible cases are currently under investigation. The CDC says that that's 23 more than last week. AFM, as it is known, is a rare illness that affects the nervous system. It can cause muscle weakness and sudden onset paralysis. According to the CDC, 90% of patients since 2014 have been under the age of 4.
If you're thinking about getting pregnant again within the next year or within a year of having a child, you may want to reconsider. A new study finds that waiting at least 12 months between pregnancies lowers health risks, not just for the baby, but for the mother as well. Meredith Wood has more in today's Health Minute.
How long should women wait between pregnancies? Medical advice varies. The World Health Organization says 2 years. The American Gynecological Association says at least 6 months. But now researchers are saying 1 year is the prime time to wait between the birth of one child and the conception of another to prevent health complications for both mother and baby. The study published in the JAMA Internal Medicine Journal says the risk of death for women who get pregnant less than 12 months after delivery is higher in women over the age of 35. However, the risk of spontaneous preterm delivery and health risks for the baby, those are higher in younger mothers with shorter intervals between pregnancies. Now, this can help women who are planning their families know the risks, especially now that more women are choosing to delay motherhood due to careers. The conclusion suggests mothers, especially those over 35, add a little extra time between pregnancies to protect both mommy and baby. For today's Health Minute, I'm Meredith Wood.
All right, we've gotten a lot of snow, or a little bit of snow over the past few days, but will this trend continue?
Yeah, Storm Team 3 has your 5-day forecast right after the break.
On Tuesday, November 6th,
our state will be making some important decisions.
You might think it's not important,
or your vote doesn't matter.
But that's not true.
If you don't know how
or where to register,
visit vote.gov.
Make your voice heard.
Create your success at Western Illinois University. Automatic scholarships and affordable education and more are all yours at Western Illinois University. Apply today at wiu.edu.
Leah, did you put a new dent in that?
This one? No.
Were you texting and driving again?
Yes.
Hi, Leah.
Hi, Dad.
Sorry about your bumper.
I want to be able to stand in front of a camera and tell people the story of what the weather's going to be like that day, or be able to tell people, hey, there's something coming your way, you need to take cover, you need to watch out. And being able to stand in front of a camera and tell not only people who are directly involved but their family members as well, like, this is what's going on. It's been very important to me because, you know, being in those situations where you are relying on the news to tell you what's going on, I like to be a part of that and helping people with that. Good afternoon, welcome back, Macomb. Right now, we're at about 27 degrees, plenty of sunshine. We will be getting colder as the night goes on, but we will look into that just a little bit later. Winds are out of the west-northwest at 9 miles per hour. Humidity, about 57%, not too bad, but that dew point's really cold. Looking at our average temperatures, we're definitely below average for what we're seeing at this time of year, with 52 and 32 for our averages. 32 is an average low. We didn't even get that warm today. We have had a record cold of 3 degrees. We aren't going to be seeing that just yet. We'll hold off on those super cold temperatures for a little bit longer. Right now, across the United States, we have this high pressure system. This is what's keeping the clouds out of our area and the sunshine in the area. Provided for some sunny skies, plenty of blue skies, and plenty of cold temperatures. Again, this is that high pressure system over the area. No clouds, not a whole lot going on. These white patches are some bands of snow, though, still on our radar. That's on the ground, though, not in the skies. Temperatures across the region, again, right now in Macomb, about 27 degrees. Beardstown at about 28. Springfield, right around 26 degrees, so not a whole lot of warm temperatures. Everywhere is around below freezing. Temperatures tonight, teens and 20s, 17 in Macomb, 18 in Beardstown, and 20 in Quincy. We're going to get very chilly tonight. 36 degrees for a high tomorrow, so a little bit warmer. We're getting above freezing now with our temperatures. 36 in Beardstown, 38 in Quincy, so we're getting a little bit warmer as we go on later into the week. Tomorrow night, again down below freezing with 20 degrees in Macomb, 23 in Beardstown, and 25 in Springfield. Again for tonight, clear skies with a low of 17. Now those clear skies, that means that there's no clouds in the atmosphere to keep any heat that we have in with us throughout the night. So it's going to get pretty cold, especially with those winds out of the northwest at 9 miles per hour. Looking into tomorrow with a little bit warmer temperatures, 36 degrees and sunny. It's going to feel a little bit better, and the winds are going to calm down a little bit out of the east at 5 miles per hour. For your 5-day forecast, again, we're going to see a little bit of a warm-up with 36 degrees on Wednesday, 41 on Thursday, and cloudy skies, so that heat's going to stay. Our warmest temperatures so far, 44 on Friday, and yes, that is another chance for snow on Saturday in the evening. We're going to keep an eye on that, but that snow will be out of the area by Sunday. Temperatures are going to remain above freezing during the day.
All right, thanks, Molly. But there's snow on the way, and we have temperatures for our lows that are lower than 32. So a lot of freezing. It's just going to be a lot of freezing nights and early mornings.
It's going to be very cold late at night, going in the morning. Maybe if you're walking to your 8 a.m. classes, you might want to bundle up just a little bit more.
I don't know what happens in fall.
All right, I know, same. Thanks, Molly. And Connor, you have a little good and bad sports, right?
A little bit of good and bad. And coming up next in sports, the Western Illinois Leathernecks football team was in action on the road against South Dakota, and the women's basketball team made history. On Saturday, Western Illinois football was in action against South Dakota. Western needed this win in a big way. Would they get it? And it was a three show at Western Hall last night as the Western Illinois women's basketball team made history taking on McMurray State. All that and more coming up next in sports.
I started to think about doing broadcasting my freshman year. I started calling some football games for the freshman football team. My high school didn't really have a broadcasting program like some do, and so a lot of my stuff was just PA for different sports, for basketball, for volleyball. And my mom signed me up for a visit to come to Western on a Discover Western Day. And I walked through the doors of the rec center, and Buzz Hoon shook my hand, said, "Zach Stone, I've seen all your footage, I know who you are, and you belong here." And that's what really makes WIU feel like home.
Disaster tips from the objects left behind.
My home wasn't insured, but you can check your insurance policy now to make sure you're covered. Oh.
My savings are lost, but you can put money aside and plan for unexpected disaster costs.
We're lost forever, but you can scan important documents now so they survive.
For more tips on how to prepare, visit ready.gov.
The first time I met Morris, the door flew open and I got this larger-than-life personality talking at the top of his lungs.
Hey, how you doing today?
Oh, man. Oh, I totally forgot. Hold on, let me get this for you. Oh. Just had a magnetic energy. So I thought, all right, we're definitely going to be friends.
Drop off a warm meal and get more than you expect. Volunteer at americaletsdolunch.org.
America, let's do lunch.
Why I love to do sports anchoring? Because, I mean, it's talking about sports. I decided to come to Western because I wanted an experience that wasn't like some other schools. I did color commentary for one volleyball game. I was terrified. I never did any broadcasting in high school, but when I was talking, it was all, staggered, and I had no idea what I was saying. And now I've done so many different games as a color commentator, play-by-play, now sports anchor. Every show and every game, it gets easier and easier, and I get more comfortable doing it. Welcome back to Live at 4. I'm Connor Fredlin. The Western Illinois football team was in action this past Saturday trying to take down South Dakota. Coming into the matchup, Western held a record of 5-4 and needed to add on to their win streak, which stood at 3 prior to kickoff. Western Illinois traveled to Vermillion to try to keep their win streak alive against the Coyotes. Western getting ready for this big matchup. The Leathernecks would get on the board first as Erickson would drill a 52-yard field goal to put Western Illinois in the driver's seat early. However, the Coyotes retaliated and take back one. There's a touchdown for Austin Simmons. And then later in the half, Simmons looking for the big shot downfield. He is picked off by Xavier Rowe, halting the Coyotes' momentum. Xavier Rowe extremely happy about that, celebrating with his team. Western trying to capitalize off South Dakota's mistake as Croza lines up for the field goal, but the kick is just a bit outside. Score is still 7-3 USD. Next possession, Coyotes are driving. This time Simmons takes it himself and weaves through the defense into the end zone. The Leathernecks will recover and get the touchback. Unable to get anything going, Western would have to punt. Ensuing possession, the Leathernecks trying to gain momentum. McGuire throws a bomb downfield to John Brunner, giving Western great field position. However, later in the drive, McGuire's pass is deflected up in the air and the Coyotes would pick it off. South Dakota couldn't get anything going on the following drive, and the score going into the break was 10-3 in favor of South Dakota. That's how it would stay. Western falls in this one 17-12 and drops to a record of 5-5 on the season. The Leathernecks now have one final chance to get into the playoffs this upcoming Saturday when they take on Indiana State at Hanson Field. The Western Illinois women's basketball team was off to a rough start this season, dropping the first 2 games of the year against Missouri and then Drake. But last night, the Leathernecks did something they had never done before in school history. The Leathernecks taking the court, looking for their first win of the season, hosting McMurray College. Early on, you'll see it here, Elizabeth Lutz gets the steal and takes it coast to coast. Doesn't get much easier than that, putting it up for the Leathernecks. This is all earlier. The Leathernecks would not look back. Then again, it's Lutz, this time from the corner, puts it in for a 3. The Leathernecks continue, and here's that 3-party I was talking about. This time it's Annabelle Gredinger putting it in from the corner. Here's Gredinger again. That's not a replay, I promise you. The Leathernecks keep their foot on the pedal. Next one, another corner 3. Danny Nichols drains it for the Leathernecks. They are up big time. Then Taylor Higginbotham, the senior, 3 from the corner, again that same corner. The Leathernecks were feeling themselves from over here. Now top of the key. The Leathernecks get another one. Olivia Kaufman draining it from the top of the key. The Leathernecks put up a school record 136 points. The Leathernecks get 136 points. McMurray Highlanders 39. The Leathernecks now at a record of 1 and 2. They drained 28 threes in this one, a program record and a Division I record. The men's basketball team currently sits at 1-1 on the season after defeating North Park University this past weekend at home. Now the men look forward to a matchup tomorrow as they take on Dominican. The Leathernecks and Dominican tip off tomorrow night at Western Hall at 7 o'clock. You can catch the game on the Leathernecks Sports Network or listen to it on 88.3 The Dog. Once again, that game tips off at 7 p.m. tomorrow night. That's sports, and coming up, find out how a university is making changes to help students be more comfortable on campus. Next on Live at 4.
I learned broadcasting for 3 years in high school, so towards my senior year, I was pretty much invested in wanting to pursue a career, and I do enjoy it now, but I'm searching for a way to make sure that it's something that I want to pursue after college. That way, I'll be able to wake up every day and say, this is something I want to do, this is something that I love, this is something that I can teach, I can spread, I can affect people with.
I don't remember how it started. Our back and forth. It always came back. Dad! You probably don't remember what you told me.
That was perfect.
But I heard every word.
I was living in a shelter, juggling 3 jobs. I had to be resilient. That's something that you can't teach.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie, nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's put a ride home.
Four-legged residents will soon be living on one college campus. This spring, college students at Lock Haven University are allowed to bring their pets into one pet-friendly residence hall.
It's the first of its kind in the Pennsylvania state system. The college is hoping it will entice more students to live on campus. And you know, with that, I think that's a idea that maybe Western should think about, since we're having that decline in enrollment.
I would definitely want to bring my pet, and I think that I would want to spend more time on campus if I could.
I think it'd bring a lot of people in, but it just feel a little different seeing pets walk around as you're going about in your dorm.
All right, Molly, so can you give us that last update for weather?
I think that for these next coming days, you'll want to be snuggling your pet if you have one. It's going to remain very cold, with a little bit of a warm-up as we go through the week, with 41 and 44 Thursday, Friday, and we are keeping an eye on that snow chance later on in this weekend.
No more snow. Well, that's all for us today.
But we're online all the time.
Stay up to date with us, news3wyu.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Just search our handle, News3WYU. You can also search for us on YouTube and subscribe.
Thanks for joining us this evening.
From all of us at News 3, have a good night, Macomb.